Alright, I am Matthew. Welcome back to another Bible reading. Today is a bleed team because they added new bleed ego diffs for Murder on Warp Express Bach Dak, which is Tyrene Fragrance Descends, Hard-Blooded Day, which is feedback exclusive, and Bloody Flesh, Fleshy Blood, which gave the entire team bleed, talent, and potency. So I have the most meta bleed team for this run. I have She Foss, Ting Tang Dang Leader, Middle Sinclair, Entorp Yisong, and of course I have the new bleed Merceau, Prince of Ahmad Charan. I have Army Chef Ditrazine Ryoshu and Sous Chef Dregor. Wrong, I have Middle Dawn, Ring Otis, Pequod Heathcliff, Kurotumo Ryoshu, and She is Shimao. There's only one bleed is Shimao, alright? So I went with the She instead. One thing that I will note is there is some mic issues I do have. So I tested by turning off the noise gate, and yes, there is I'm pretty sure it's more than just my computer fan that makes loud noises. I'm hitting my computer right now. Lightly hitting my computer. I should probably tweet it out eventually, but there is audio issues. Hopefully, so like in the patch notes, the music will make where you don't hear the buzzing in the fan from my microphone. But for the Bible, I am resuming at Paul reveals his Roman citizenship. The commander brought Paul in whips. Huh? Oh wait, no, in scythe. What does in whips mean? And ordered him lashed with whips to make him confess his crime. He wanted to find out why they tried him so furious. When they tied Paul down to lash him, Paul said to the officer standing there, "Is it legal for you to whip a Roman citizen? Citizen who hasn't even been tried?" The officer heard this. He went to the commander and asked, "What are you doing? This man is a Roman citizen." So the commander went over and asked Paul, "Tell me, are you a Roman citizen?" "Yes, I certainly am," Paul replied. "I am too," the commander muttered. "And it costs me plenty," Paul answered, "but I'm a citizen by birth." The soldiers who were about to interrogate Paul quickly withdrew when they heard he was a Roman citizen. The commander was frightened because he had ordered him bound and whipped. Paul before the High Council. The next day, the commander ordered the leading priests into session with the Jewish High Council. He wanted to find out what the trouble was all about, so he released Paul to have him stand before them. 23. Gazing intently at the High Council, Paul began, "Brothers, I've always lived before God with clear conscience." Right after the next stage. Instantly, Ananias, the high priest, commanded those close to Paul to slap him on the mouth. But Paul said to him, "God will slap you, you corrupt hypocrite." Hypocrite. What the heck does hypocrite mean? Okay, there is a dictionary at the start of this Bible, which the other one didn't have. I think that one didn't have. But this one does have a dictionary at the start. I should have went through them. I feel like I also spoiled some stuff. So I also use the internet here to search up how this person turns to have certain beliefs or virtues whose actions contradict them. Oh, it's hypocrite. Hypocrite? Oh no! How long was I paused? I'm gonna have to. I think this is pretty sad when I ended up mispronouncing hypocrite as I thought it was new with hypocrite. No, it's hypocrite. Yeah, I know what hypocrite is. I'm a big one, but. Now, back to the Bible, I'd ask. "What kind of judge are you to break the law yourself by ordering me struck like that?" Those standing near Paul said to him, "Do you dare to insult God's high priest?" "I'm sorry, brothers. I didn't realize he was the high priest," Paul replied. "For the scriptures say, you must not speak evil of any of your rulers." Paul realized that some members of the High Council were Sadducees and some were Pharisees. So he shouted, "Brothers, I am a Pharisee, as were my ancestors, and I am on trial because my hope is in the resurrection of the dead." This divided the council. The Pharisees into Sadducees. The Sadducees say there is no resurrection, or angels, or spirits. But the Pharisees believe in all of these. So there was a great uproar. Some of the teachers of religious law, who were Pharisees, jumped up and began to argue forcefully. So, okay. We see nothing wrong with him, they shouted. Perhaps a spirit or an angel spoke to him. Alright, and that ends that sentence there. Imagine the High Council just fighting each other for literally just, oh yeah, we have this belief, oh we have this belief. And it's like, aren't they supposed to be religious leaders? Or was it the only Tom thinks that there are, what was it, Jews? Yeah, it's just the High Council of Jewish leaders in Star Wars Religious Law. And then they just easily just start fighting. It's like, wow. Quite incompetent, don't you think? Imagine if, like, this is basically their, it's, okay, first of all, a religious-based government is absolutely horrible, alright? It should not be a controversial opinion at all, but having your entire government decided by religious values is horrible, alright? So, that's already pretty bad. But then, if it's that fickle, if they start fighting over just, oh yeah, we are actually of a different sub-religion sort of thing, it's like, wow. And I'm just in the middle of a trial of someone they all agree that they dislike. They start, well, he said he was also like a family of Pharisees or something. Or is there a new fusion one for Bleed? No, there's no new fusion for Bleed. Alright. I could take another IH. Alright. Now to next, to have some rose spans, I believe, to the Pierce. Okay. As the conflict grew more violent, the commander was afraid they would tear Paul apart, so he ordered his soldiers to go and rescue him by force and take him back to the fortress. Oh no, it's just the Liberation of Wine's Ego Deers. Alright. That night, the Lord appeared to Paul and said, "Be encouraged, Paul. Just as you have been a witness to me here in Jerusalem, you must preach the good news in Rome as well." The plan to kill Paul. The next morning, a group of Jews got together and bound themselves with an oath not to eat or drink until they had killed Paul. There were more than 40 of them in the conspiracy. They went to the leading priests and elders and told them, "We have bound ourselves with an oath to eat nothing until we have killed Paul." So you and the High Council should ask the commander to bring Paul back to the High Council, no, to the Council then. Pretend you want to examine his case more fully, we will kill him on his way. But Paul's nephew, his sister's son, heard of their plan and went to the fortress and told Paul. Paul called for one of the Omen officers and said, "Take this young man to the commander. He has something important to tell him." Alright, now to the next ego pack. Yeah, I just woke up. It's 6 a.m. About to be 7. So yeah, I'm a bit out of it right now. Sorry, I keep messing up. Yeah, alright. Oh, can I fight Dong back? No. And it's something else? See, automated factory. You know what? I want to fight the Trabs. I want to fight the Trabs. They must feel the wrath of the Holy Spirit! Oh, I forgot to farm Sandy for the other units, so I threw them on now. Alright. So the officer did, explaining, "Paul, the prisoner, called me over and asked me to bring this young man to you, because he has something to tell you." The commander took his hand, went him aside and asked, "What is it you want to tell me?" Paul's nephew told him, "Some Jews are going to ask you to bring Paul before the High Council tomorrow, pretending they want to get more information. But don't do it! There are more than 40 men hiding along the way to ambush him. They have vowed not to eat or drink anything until they have killed him. They are ready now, just waiting for your consent." "Don't let anyone know you told me this," the commander warned the young man. "Paul is sent to Caesarea." And the commander told 2 of his officers and ordered, "Get 200 soldiers ready to leave tonight. To leave for Caesarea at 9 o'clock tonight. Also 200 spearmen and 70 mounted troops. Provide horses for Paul to ride, get him safely to Governor Felix." Then he wrote this letter to the governor. Does he? I'm guessing he doesn't want to cause like a mass like casualty incident. Since if he just waits, they'll all just starve to death anyway. But so he has 200 spearmen and 70 mounted troops for 40 random Jews who are going to be starved and thirsty. He's not gonna. Oh yeah, it's a transportation team. That is quite a lot of numbers. I mean, I could probably take on 40 starving Jews. No, that sounds... No. That sounds wrong. You don't need 270 Roman soldiers to take on that many starving people, alright? Or, malnourished. Is that the right word? Okay, let's get back to the letter from the governor. From Claudius Vius to His Excellency Governor Felix. Greetings! This man was seized by some Jews, and they were about to kill him. When I arrived with the troops, and I learned that he was a Roman citizen, I removed him to safety. Then I took him to the High Council. I took him to their High Council to try and learn the basis of their accusations against him. Okay, 2 more still need sanity, so I'm just go with like the... oh yeah, these ones. And then, Otis, Roshu... Wait. Rodion. Oh man, like I said before, I just woke up, alright? I haven't really ate breakfast, I just ate some chocolates, I guess. Oh man. I soon discovered a charge of something regarding their religious law, certainly nothing worthy of imprisonment or death. When I was informed of a plot to kill him, I immediately sent him on to you. I have told his accusers to bring the charges before you. So that night, as ordered, the soldiers took Paul as far as Antiparius. They returned to the fortress the next morning, where the mounted troops took him on to Caesarea. When they arrived in Caesarea, they presented Paul in a letter to Governor Felix. He read it and then asked Paul what province he was from. Sicilia, Paul answered. I'll hear your case myself when your accusers arrive, the governor told him. The governor ordered him kept in the prison at the Herod's headquarters. Paul appears before Felix. 24. 5 days later, Ananias, the high priest, arrived with some of the Jewish elders and the warrior. No, warrior? No, law and then Y-E-R. What the heck is that? Oh, that is warrior. Oh. Okay. Once again, I end up... Is it just I'm half asleep? Or, no, not very half asleep. Just woke up, so... my taste. Tertullius. So, Tertullius is the warrior. To present their case against Paul to the governor. When Paul was called in, Tertullius presented the charges against Paul in the following address to the governor. After I get this shot. Alright. You have provided a long period of peace for us Jews, and with foresight have enacted reforms for us. For all of this, Your Excellency, we are very grateful to you. But I don't want to bore you, so please give me your attention for only a moment. We have found this man to be a troublemaker, who is consistently stirring up riots among the Jews all over the world. He is a ringleader of the cult known as the Nazarenes. Furthermore, he was trying to desecrate the temple when we arrested him. You can find out the truth of our accusations by examining him yourself. And the other Jews chimed in, declaring that everything Tertullius said was true. The governor then motioned for Paul to speak. Paul said, I know, sir, that you have been a judge of Jewish affairs for many years. I didn't press enter. Oh. So I try to present my defense before you. And took you discovered that I arrived in Jerusalem no more than 12 days ago to worship. Page turn. Wait, 247. No, 240. I need. That's 250. No, come on. These pages are really thin because this is done for free, of course. Because, you know, when you're trying to make books on a large scale, you have to, especially for stuff that's like religious text you're giving away, in order to actually make that like cost efficient, you have to make this. At least they have this like weird coding on it, so it's good. And of course, this is also a big text version of the New Testament compared to my both Old and New Testament one with very small text to start off reading for these videos. If I ever do read the Old Testament, I sort of want to. That's like I'm doing it out of canonical order. Since whenever they mention the scriptures, I never read the scriptures, so I have to just take their word for the scriptures. But all right, temple. All right, that's the sort of page with a temple and then period. We're down to like 12 of the numbering. I still know how to actually quote the Bible. So I just supposed to like read, and I was like, we're doing Acts 25:12, and then go with the paragraph, which then ends at yeah. My accusers never found me arguing with anyone in the temple, nor stirring up a riot in any synagogue or on the streets of the city. These men did not prove the things they accuse me of doing. But I admit that I followed a way which they call a cult. I worship the God of our ancestors. And I firmly believe the Jewish law and everything written in the prophets. I have the same hope in God that these men have, and that he will raise both the righteous and the unrighteous. Because of this, I always try to maintain a pure conscience and before God and all people. After several years away, I returned to Jerusalem with money to aid my people and to offer sacrifices to God. Once again, he's sacrificing people. My accusers saw me in the temple as I was completing a purification ceremony. There was no crowd around me and no rioting, but some Jews from the province of Asia were there, and they ought to be here to bring charges if they have anything against me. Ask these men here what crime the Jewish High Council found me guilty of, except for the one time I shouted out, I am on trial before you because I believe in the resurrection of the dead! At that point, Felix, who was quite familiar with the way, adjourned the hearing and said, wait until Gaius, the garrison commander, arrives, then I will decide the case. He ordered an officer to keep Paul in custody, but to give him some freedom and allow his friends to visit him and take care of his needs. A few days later, Felix came back with his wife, Drusilla, who was Jewish. Sending for Paul, they listened as he told them about the faith in Jesus Christ. As he reasoned with them about righteousness and self-control and the coming day of judgment, Felix became frightened. Go away for now, he replied. When it is more convenient, I'll talk with you again. He also hoped that Paul would bribe him, so he sent for him quite often and talked with him. What? Wow, Drake going, everyone. Hoping that Paul would bribe him with what? The Lord? After 2 years went by in this way, Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus, and because Felix wanted to gain favor for Jewish people, he left Paul in prison. Paul appears before Festus. 3 days after Festus arrived in Caesarea to take over his new responsibilities, he left for Jerusalem, where the leading priests and other Jewish leaders met with him and made their accusations against Paul. Wait, so there's still the people who are not eating and drinking by now, right? Either they broke that vow, or they are dead. They are either dead or they've broken the vow, which I think they mentioned before that their was it the right term be race as like a big importance on vows or something. So that puts them in a predicament. Those 40 people who are trying to ambush him. Just drop that completely. Okay, they asked Festus as a favor to transfer Paul to Jerusalem, planning to ambush and kill him on the way. So those 40 people are still alive after 2 years, apparently. Or that's what this is implying because of the ambushing. I don't know if that is the same 40 people, or they have to rotate them out or something. But Festus replied that Paul was at Caesarea, and he himself will be returning there soon. So he said, those of you in authority to return with me. If Paul has done anything wrong, you can make your accusations. About 8 or 10 days later, Festus returned to Caesarea, and on the following day he took his seat in court in order that Paul be brought in. When Paul arrived, the Jewish leaders from Jerusalem scattered around and made many serious accusations they couldn't prove. Paul denied the charges. "I am not guilty of any crime against the Jewish laws or the temple or the Roman government," he said. Then Festus, wanting to please the Jews, asked him, "Are you willing to go to Jerusalem and stand trial before me there?" But Paul replied, "No, this is the official Roman court, so I ought to be tried here. You know very well I am not guilty of harming the Jews. If I've done something worthy of death, I don't refuse to die, but I am innocent. No one has a right to turn me over to these men to kill me. I appeal to Caesar!" Festus conferred with his advisors and then replied, "Very well, you have appealed to Caesar, and to Caesar you will go." A few days later, King Agrippa arrived with his sister Bernice to pay their respects to Festus. During their stay of several days, Festus discussed Paul's case with the king. "There is a prisoner here," he told him, "whose case was left for me by Felix. When I was in Jerusalem, the leading priests and Jewish elders pressed charges against him and asked me to condemn him. I pointed out to them that Roman law does not convict people without a trial. They must be given an opportunity to confront their accusers and defend themselves. His accusers came here for the trial. I didn't delay. I called for the case the very next day and ordered Paul brought in, but the accusations that made him one of any crimes I expected. Instead, it was something about their religion and a dead man named Jesus, who Paul insists is alive. I was at a loss to know how to investigate these things, so I asked him whether he would be willing to stand trial on these charges in Jerusalem. But Paul appeared to have his case decided by the emperor, so I ordered that he be held in custody and ordered to arrange to send him to Caesar. "I'd like to hear the man myself," Agrippa said. Festus replied, "You will tomorrow." Paul speaks to Agrippa. The next day, Agrippa and Bernice arrived at the auditorium with great pomp, accompanied by military officers and prominent men of the city. Festus ordered that Paul be brought in. Then, Festus. Okay, page turn. Wait. Then Festus said, "King Agrippa and all who are here, this is a man whose death is demanded by all the Jews, both here and in Jerusalem. By my opinion, he has done nothing deserving death. However, since he appealed his case to the emperor, I have decided to send him to Rome." I'm so not fine with that. Alright, what's he doing? Should be fine. He's took a cleaver to, thing. Alright. "But what shall I write the emperor? For there's no clear charge against him. So I've brought him before all of you, and especially you, King Agrippa, so that after we examine him, I'm gonna have something to write. For it makes no sense to send a prisoner to the emperor without specifying the charges against him." 26. Then Agrippa said to Paul, "You may speak in your defense." So Paul, gesturing with his hand, started his defense. "I am fortunate, King Agrippa, that you are the one hearing my defense today against all these accusations made by the Jewish leaders. For I know you're an expert on all Jewish customs and controversies. Now, please listen to me patiently. As Jewish readers are well aware, I was given a thorough Jewish training from my earliest childhood among my own people and in Jerusalem. If they would admit it, they know that I have been a member of the Pharisees, the strictest sect of our religion. Now I am on trial because of my hope in the fulfillment of God's promise made to our ancestors. In fact, that is why the 12 tribes of Israel zealously worship God night and day, and they share the same hope I have. Yet, Your Majesty, they accuse me for having this hope. Why does it seem incredible to any of you that God can raise the dead? I used to believe that I ought to do everything I could to oppose the very name of Jesus the Nazarene. Indeed, I did just that in Jerusalem, authorized by the leading priests. I caused many believers there to be sent to prison, and I cast my vote against them when they were condemned to death. Many times I had punished them in the synagogues to get them to curse Jesus. I was so violently opposed to them that I even chased them down in foreign cities. One day, I was on such a mission sent to Damascus, armed with the authority and commission of the leading priests. About noon, your majesty, as I was on the road, a light from heaven, brighter than any sun than the sun, shone down on me and my companions. We all fell down, and I heard a voice saying to me in Aramaic, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? It's useless for you to fight against my will. Who are you, Lord? I asked, and the Lord replied, I am Jesus, the one you are persecuting. Now get to your feet, for I have appeared to appoint you as my servant and witness. Charge. Defense level. Oh, trash power. Alright, what to take? None of these seem interesting enough. Alright, I just choose an interesting one for this. What would be a fun one to do for the bleed team? Oh, I want character deaths. I could do Wine 2. Can I win rate Wine 2 actually? I want to try. I want to try win rating Wine 2. This is gonna go horribly wrong. I want to try it. Win rate only. No main. And what's if I'm done to last sinner? Oh. Oops, my bad. Toss 60. Wow, the 3-star ego diff would have been way better. Oh, take a charge, the bolt. Alright. Okay, so I got Nebulizer and the tier 4 poise one for the tier crit and offense level. So, but I don't have them fully upgraded, like the bleed diffs, but I do have both the fusion bleeds and both of the 4-stars. So, now, do I use ego diffs on this? Like, what type is the win rate still? Well, I'm doing this as challenging myself, but should I drop contempt all here, or is that not a valid use of win rate? I think it's fine to drop them. I mean, you know what? I also wanted Unbrewing Dwory Doing, actually, yeah. Thanks to Unbrewing Dwory Doing, so I can use that later. I think that'd be cool. Alright. Now let's return to where I was. Okay, this is what was let me see. Yeah, burned the sun, fell down. Who are you, Lord? I asked. Wait, Jesus, the one you're. No, You are to tell the world what you have seen and what I will show you in the future, and I will rescue you from both your own people and the Gentiles. Yes, I'm sending you to the Gentiles to open their eyes so they may turn from darkness to light and from the power of Satan to God. They will receive forgiveness for their sins and be given a place among God's people who are set apart by faith in me. And so, King Agrippa, I obeyed that vision from heaven. I preached first to those in Damascus, then in Jerusalem and throughout all Judea, and also to the Gentiles. Then that all must repent of their sins and turn to God, and prove they have changed by the good things they do. Some Jews arrested me in the temple for preaching this, and they tried to kill me, but God has protected me right up to this present time, so I can testify to everyone, from the least to the greatest. I teach nothing except what the prophets and Moses said would happen. That the Messiah would suffer and be the first to rise from the dead, and in this way announce God's light to Jews and Gentiles alike. Suddenly, Festus shouted, Paul, you are insane! Too much study has made you crazy! But Paul replied, I'm not insane, most excellent Festus. What I'm saying is the sober truth, and King Agrippa knows about these things. I speak boldly, for I am sure these events are all familiar to him, for they were not done in a corner. King Agrippa, do you believe the prophets? I know you do! Agrippa interrupted him. Do you think you persuade me to become a Christian so quickly? Paul replied, whether quickly or not, I pray to God that both you and everyone here in this audience might become the same as I am, except these chains. And the king, the governor, Bernice, and all the others stood and left. As they went out, they talked it over and agreed, this man hasn't done anything to deserve death or imprisonment. And Agrippa said to Festus, he could have been set free if he hadn't appealed to Caesar. I refuse. I don't need a certain one. Deal and take damage? Wow. Okay, everyone's still alive. That's good. Next I can do the ego for Dregger. Alright. Paul sails for Rome, 27. When the time came, we set sail for Italy. Paul and several other prisoners were placed in the custody of a Roman officer named Julius, a captain of the imperial regiment. Aristius, a Macedonian from Thessalonica, was also with us. We left on a ship whose home port was the Adritium on the northwest coast of the province of Asia. It was scheduled to make several stops at ports along the coast of the province. Again, refuse. No one died yet, that's cool. The next day, we docked at Sidon. Julius was very kind to Paul and let him go ashore to visit with friends so they could provide for his needs. Putting out to sea from there, we encountered strong headwinds that made it difficult to keep the ship on course, so we sailed north of Cyprus between the island and the mainland. Keeping to the open sea, we passed along the coast of Sicilia and Pamphylia, landing at Marile in the province of Lycia. There, the commanding officer found an Egyptian ship from Alexandria that was bound for Italy, and he put us on board. Okay, that was easy, yeah. Surprised there wasn't any deaths. I didn't see any deaths, so I was looking at the Bible, but offensive plus 2, that's total of 4, total of 4, total of 4. Is defensive max HP? I'll take that. Can I get the Canto 7 one? I want to fight Canto 7. This is what fiends. Should I take the trio? Yeah, I do so want to fight the trio. Yeah. Or what else can I take? That one copyright music. I still want to try and get Jia Qiu, and I only done them once. And then every time I keep doing Jia Mu for some reason. It's a bit saddening, I feel like. We had several days of slow sailing, and after great difficulty, we finally neared Sindius. But the wind was against us, so we sailed across the Trete, and along the sheltered coast of the island, past the Cape of Salomon, we struggled along the coast with great difficulty, and finally arrived at Fair Havens, near the town of Lacy. We had lost a lot of time. The weather was becoming dangerous for sea travel because it was so late in the fall, and Paul spoke to the ship's officers about it. "Men," he said, "I believe there is trouble ahead if we go on. Shipwreck, loss of cargo, and danger to our lives as well." But the officer in charge of the ship of the prisoners listened more to the ship's captain and the owner than to Paul. And since Fair Havens was an exposed harbor, a poor place to spend the winter, most of the crew wanted to go on to Phoenix, further up the coast of Trete, and spend the winter there. Phoenix was a good harbor with only southwest and northwest exposure. The storm at sea. When a light wind began blowing from the south, the sailors thought they could make it, so they pulled up anchor and sailed close to the shore of Trete. But the weather changed abruptly, and a wind of typhoon strength called a northeaster burst across the island and blew us out to sea. The sailors couldn't turn the ship into the wind, so they gave up and let it run before the gale. We sailed along the sheltered side of a small island named Tada, where with great difficulty we hoisted aboard the lifeboat, being towed behind us. Then the sailors bound ropes around the hull of the ship to strengthen it. They were afraid of being driven across to the sandbars of Cyprus off the African coast, so they lowered the sea anchor to slow the ship and were driven before the wind. Okay, I think I remember where I was. With great difficulty, we hoisted aboard the lifeboat, being towed behind us. When the sailors bound ropes around the hull of the ship to strengthen it, they were afraid of being driven across to the sandbars of Cyprus off the African coast. So they lowered the sea anchor to slow the ship and went driven before the wind. Yeah. The next day, as the gale force winds continued to batter the ship, crew began throwing the cargo overboard. The following day, they even took some of their ship's gear and threw it overboard. The terrible storm raged for many days, blotting out the sun and the stars until at last all hope was gone. No one had eaten for a long time. Finally, Paul told the truth to it and said, "Men should have listened to me in the first place, and not left for that day. You would have avoided all this damage and loss, but take courage. None of you will lose your lives, even though the ship will go down. For last night, an angel of the dawn, to whom I belong and whom I serve, stood beside me, and he said, 'Don't be afraid, Paul, for you will surely stand trial before Caesar. What's more, God in his goodness has granted safety to everyone sailing with you. So take courage, for I believe God, it will be just as he said, but we will be shipwrecked on an island.'" The shipwreck. About midnight on the 14th night of the storm, as we were being driven across the Sea of Adria, the sailors sensed land was near. They dropped a weighted line and found that the water was 120 feet deep. But a little later, they measured and then found it was only 90 feet deep. At this rate, they were afraid we would soon be driven against the rocks along the shore. So they threw out 4 anchors from the back of the ship and prayed for daylight. Then the sailors tried to abandon the ship. They lowered the lifeboat as though they were going to pull out anchors from the front of the ship. But Paul said to the commanding officer and the sailors, "You will all die unless the sailors stay aboard." Soldiers cut the ropes to the lifeboat and let it drift away. But as day was dawning, Paul urged everyone to eat. "You have been so worried that you haven't touched food for 2 weeks. He said, "Please eat something now for your own good, for not a hair of your heads will perish." And he took some bread, gave thanks to God before them all, and broke off a piece and ate it. Then everyone was encouraged to eat. All 276 of us were on board. After eating, they threw right into the ship further by throwing the cargo of wheat overboard. When morning dawned, they didn't recognize the coastline. They saw a bay with a beach and wondered if they could get to shore by running the ship aground. So they cut off the anchors and left them in the sea. Then they lowered. Page turn. I don't know, what does aground mean? No, not Microsoft Edge. No, not Edge. No. I still have Internet Explorer on here. I don't think I did rid of that on Windows. Oh, I shouldn't have said on Windows 10, but yeah, I'm still on Windows 10. Yeah. I need to upgrade my card or something on the computer, but what does it say? The thing. Where? Aground. A boat stuck in the bottom body of water. Okay, first, wait, intended definition, not... Okay, of a ship lying on or touching the ground under shallow water. Okay. That makes a lot of sense for... Oh, I want to fight the farm. Alright, I'll take the rupture diff. That'll help. Okay, now let me reorganize the team so I have it to be right. So it's Honglu first. I'll put Merceau, then I'll put Shi Foss, and Torp Song, the 2 chefs, and the middle little brother. Alright. One over the coastline beach. So they cut off the anchors, they lowered, then page turn. Oh yeah, actually the Sea of Adria intrudes the central portion of the Mediterranean. Then Greek 20 fathoms, 15 fathoms, 37 meters, 27 meters. Yeah, I don't really go for those like little note things. Let's turn the page. Alright, it's the FOM. Oh, Rust Res and Envy Res. Alright. The rudders raised the foresail and headed towards the shore. But they hit a shoal and ran the ship aground too soon. The bow of the ship struck fast, while the stern was repeatedly smashed by the force of the waves and began to break apart. The soldiers wanted to kill the prisoners and make sure they didn't swim ashore in a state, but the commanding officer warned them to spare Paul, so he didn't let them carry out their plan. Then he ordered all who could swim to jump overboard first, make for land. The others held on to planks or debris from the broken ship, so everyone escaped safely to shore. Paul on the land of Malta. 28. Once we were safe on shore, we learned that we were on the island of Malta. The people of the island were very kind to us. It was cold and rainy, so they built a fire ashore to welcome us. As Paul gathered an armful of sticks and was weighing them on the fire, a poisonous snake, driven out by the heat, bit him on the hand, and the people of the island saw it hanging from his hand and said to each other, "A murderer, no doubt! Though he escaped the sea, justice will not permit him to live." But Paul shook off the snake and into the fire and was unharmed. The people waited for him to swell up or suddenly drop dead. But when they had waited a long time and saw that he wasn't harmed, they changed their minds and declared he was a god. Near the shore, where we landed was an estate belonging to Möbius, the chief official of the island. He welcomed us and treated us kindly for 3 days. As it happened, Möbius' father was ill with fever and dysentery. Paul went in and prayed for him, and laying his hands on him, he healed him. Then all the other sick people on the island came and were healed. As a result, we were showered with honors, and when the time came to sail, people supplied us with everything we would need for the trip. Paul arrives at Rome. It was 3 months after the shipwreck that we set sail on another ship that had wintered, and the island, and at the island, an Alexandrian ship with the twin gods as its figurehead. Our first stop was Syracuse, where we stayed 3 days. From there, we sailed across to Rome. A day later, a south wind began blowing, so the following day we sailed up the coast to Peterio. There, we found some believers who invited us to spend a week with them, and so we came to Rome. The brothers and sisters in Rome had heard we were coming, and they came to meet us at the Forum on the Appian Way. Others joined us at the 3 taverns. When Paul saw them, he was encouraged and thanked God. When we arrived in Rome, Paul was permitted to have his own private lodging, though he was guarded by a soldier. Paul preaches at Rome under guard. 3 days after Paul's arrival, he called together the local Jewish leaders. He said to them, "Brothers, I was arrested in Jerusalem and handed over to the Roman government. Even though I had done nothing against our people or the customs of our ancestors, the Romans tried me and wanted to release me because they found no cause for the death sentence. But when the Jewish leaders protested the decision, it was necessary to appeal to Caesar. Even though I had no desire to press charges against my own people, I asked you to come here today so we could get acquainted and so I could explain to you that I am bound with this chain since I believe the hope of Israel, the Messiah, has already came." And I will stop there for this Bible reading. So, I return at the reply and going into the trial, I'm assuming. So I'm at 28 of the acts, so I'm assuming it's going to 29 later. But there's still like a good chunk of 28 here. So I will stop there, alright? Now let me pause and get ready for the boss. If it is copyright, I'll probably just skip it. But if it's not, then I'll play it like with Jia Qiu. Okay, now let's see if... Okay, so... hopefully it's not copyrighted, or else this is going to be like a very bad ending to a Bible reading. Alright, what is it? It's also, yeah, I think this... Yeah, okay, yeah, I saw the weaknesses. I was hoping it'd be this. So there is something interesting if... the music. No, so there was an issue. So I actually did this another time. I just remembered when I was like doing it, there's like, wait, there's an audio bug where it only played the first, like the first phase music the entire fight. Like, hopefully I don't get that. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Alright, let me get the ego diffs going. Because this is like AoE, like, you have to, you know, get them out of the way first, I guess. Pairwise. That's the pairwise should actually help, I think. This will also get one of the Orcagalias active. I will never know how to pronounce that line. Alright. And now I remember why I don't really record Limbus anymore. Because I'm just waiting for the animations to finish. Which is why I've been waiting on doing the Refraction Railway one block dash. This is to be me. That's why I started reading the Bible during Refraction Railway. I do that to probably think more, right? Like in between. So that's where I'm just waiting. So it's like, okay, now what do I wait? Just sit here, wait for the animations I've seen plenty of times before. This is one new one, I guess. I only use Chief Lost a bit, but it's very repetitive fast. You don't use your strong skills yet. Alright. So I have to manually do some stuff. I heard about the till thing for Foster's Football. Yeah. Wait, doesn't hers have a till one? I'm not sure. Okay, here he is.
폭죽 소리가 들리는 것 같군. 때가 왔나?
Alright, so I possibly yeah. I also have the hex nail. I haven't I maxed this up. I haven't used it yet. I think so. I'll use that. I'll use that. Can I get the bow ready? Ready to lose. Oh yeah, it replaces the leftmost still. So you need to wait for it to be. So if I use this start on something. Wait, no. How's this working at? I forgot. Who's that attacking? On Wu? Def right. 2 rupture down. Okay, can I activate this? I can draw. Okay. So how's that working at?
재밌네요.
배워라, 묘.
Wait, this how we have slash weakness? Oh. Is this affects terse and nails, I think. So it does work with Entorp Sinclair with the nails.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
What if I did? No, I don't think it's enough to one turn phase 1. 18 invade. Oh wow. Now they have the bow ready. That will turn this still into the bow arrow. And just shoot him outright? How does this work? Yeah, it turns it into that still. Alright. Remember correctly. I only use them once. As I said, there's no content in this game. And that's why I basically, yeah, I remember during the summer I ended up rushing through Heaven Burns Red. Because I found out there's a second, there's actually another Angel Beats to Wab. So I only played that game for the Angel Beats to Wab, and then found there's another. I was like, okay, I just have to go back to it. And then I found out there's 3 of them. There's 3 to Wabs. So that's certainly something I found out. So that went first. Pierce resistance. Oh, this is the AoE one, the Overseer. And then now I'm also doing like the, I also probably start playing Black Beacon now for EOS. Okay, it does have the music change. Yeah, so I don't really play Limbus that much for content, I guess. Except for readings. I still do readings. Okay, the bow is done. Like, the bow thing's done. I think most def right. So I invade, right? Oh, I can't clash with that. Okay, I have fun with Refraction. It's Gluttony. Gluttony's normal. Alright.
무슨
Okay.
맛일까?
Oh, they have the shield. Oh, what am I doing? It's, actually, I was able to beat them with burn during the shield phase, I think. Yeah. I remember when I did this with base sinners. It was quite something. Yeah, it's one of the few I have uploaded. I still have finished Canto 8 uploads, alright? I haven't finished uploading them. And Canto 9 is about to drop next... Well, wait this year or next year. Okay, I think his shield is on.
배워라, 묘.
What other games is it? Oh yeah, I have my PS4 set back up, so I still have to connect like the HDMI splitter to it. So I could probably play some more PlayStation games. So that's something. But of course, the live service ones. I just recorded a bit more Genshin today, so. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel weird demoralized after missing 200 primos from the expiration like event thing. So I don't really want to. Oh, 21! Oh. Stagger Hongwu.
목표 확인.
You know, it was sort of sucked. Untrustworthy target fixed. Alright. 10 speeds. Everyone accepts the block. Or actually, would it still first, I think? These still do nothing. Yeah, after attack end turn. That's my big problem with a lot of the Canto 8 ones. They have a lot of end turn stuff. Okay, yeah, the bow does go first. 32. Only one dart. Staggers everyone. That's by default. Okay, just Hongwu now. Hopeless! Okay, you're using to main one. Oh. What do I even use to win as this? Invade. I don't have any dialogues. I went for too fast. What? Oh, don't tell me I went for too fast. Is that why? Is there 42 sanity? I can't. Hard blood armor. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think we're using your speed to do anything either. Wait, will Chesed help with this? Struggling! That's better than nothing, Hongwu. It's better than nothing, Hongwu.
사사로운 무리가 네 뜻을 감는 것이냐? 그렇다면 그 무리가 위태로워야 입을 열겠구나.
죽고 싶던 마음이 드디어 칼을 찾았는가?
Okay, Yisong's dead. Hongwu staggered plus. Okay. Why? I should have took a different one instead of Foss's thing for that. You know what? I needed that Unburied Glory flowing. Yeah, what can I use? I still wish it wasn't like this. I wish I had the previous passive along with it for the haste. Okay, 25 SP damage. Yes. It's just so many bugs. Surprisingly, I was surprised. All right. Oh, I haven't did Pursuance yet. Regret. Okay, I'll do some healing first this turn. I feel like this Hongwu is staggered plus.
퍼레이드와 피날레.
Oh yeah, I can't believe one of you this registers a bleed multiplying damage one. That's that is certainly something.
자는 지금이군.
Maybe I should have stuck with Fluid Sac, or he still has the arrow lodged in his shoulder. Wait, does that like that? How's it trick for the thing? Even if it does no attack. Yeah, I think it did. Wow.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
So they're middle on the team now. So now the middle buffs. Oh, that staggered him. Oh.
이것도 받아보시게나.
And they're healing. Negative 15 sanity though on this, so.
내가 너를 위해
And I don't think I have any sanity healing on this team.
넌 반드시 부서진다.
Yeah, who has no? I don't think anyone here has sanity healing at all. Yeah, only HP healing. If only I took fluid sac over what I maxed this out too, didn't I? This is She Foss. I maxed this out. Shallow Exhale. No, it's the Nebulizer A. R is the. What was HP says? There was an A stack. Oh yeah, no, that's not worth it. All right. Those SP heal, I guess. That should hopefully help.
빗소리 속에 묻히도록.
Which is Vividan! Chop him up! The Rupture is insane because I have Throw active. I better actually get the dialogues thing going, alright? I cannot win a flash without the dialogues active. They have free, that's just shield HP. Oh.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Oh, that's actually it. Oh, wow. I thought it was shield HP. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this fight works well in MD. No. But yeah. No. Typically V-Song actually died. That's surprising. Merceau got top followed by... Merceau overwhelmingly got top damage. Wow. Roshu, Honglu, Sinclair, Yusa. The most of the main team was Dregger. Not surprising. Not surprising that Dregger was the lowest. Well, this is the best meta bleed team you could think of, alright? Besides She Ishmael. But yeah, this is the best you can do completely. Can't believe it. This is the best meta. Alright. Well, that does it for Limbus for like the next month, I guess. No, it's next week. So, I haven't been a Bible reading so long, actually, because I've just been doing other stuff, I guess. Yeah. But I still want to Steam right now. I have to UTTU in Reverse 1999. Yeah, I have the previous one, which was the, like the, containment one. I did that, but I haven't uploaded it. So, I haven't exported it either, like, edited the video to have the intro and to make it to an MP4 instead of an MTV. Yeah, before when I started doing YouTube a year ago, I had it where OBS automatically made it MP4, but there's also setting to auto remux as well, but I didn't want to do that. So now I have them say as MTVs, which then worked up with the YouTube. I've turned them to MP4s by the Windows photo editor. I also throw my intro on it, and also put different like videos added to it for single one. Yeah, that's something. I did play Uma Musume then. I haven't played it since September. That's a bit sad. Oh, it went for who's the newest unit I got? Oh, it would have been the new Heathcliff, right? And who's the other one? Dawn. Yeah. I was going to record one yesterday for the I went the high show team, but I ended up just doing it like speed running off recording with my rupture. Here it is. Yeah, I don't really like the high shows, honestly. So next one I would do is a 15 free rupture. So that would be well, no, I'm saving this for like different ones. What team did I edit real quick? I think of the 7 Association. I want the 15 free ruptures. I think it's funny, but I'm not doing Deviat Sinclair. It's like, oh, then what's the point of a 15 free rupture then? Yeah. I'll think of later on what to do for next Bible reading. I do need to do the charge actually, because that's one of the last achievements I need is the charge one. But I don't like playing charge. I make multiple videos about how much I hate charge, so that is something. But yeah, I also want to save some tiers for next season, because I want to bring the new Battle Pass ego into the Canto for base sinners all egos. And so I couldn't do it for this one, but then this one it's not really that good for what I do anyway. But yeah, I'll leave this here. I've been Wavium. Bye. Okay, post Bible reading gambling session. Alright.
こちらが本日の支給品です。
Okay, nothing special. Alright. We did out of this first. I of course have auto doing, of course. So I can get my AFK rewards from logging in. That is T. No, I'm surprised. It's way too much farming, I think. I already beat the Astrium off retorting. So I did also do the web event as well. I got 2 torches today and then one of the battle reports. It was a bit worse I got torches, I guess. Okay, one of the tastes. It's time to gamble for the first anniversary limited banner. Right before they drop a bunch of meta characters, I guess. It was already decided by the start. Alright. First pull. Nothing. Not even a random SS. Worst possible. You know what? How do I get worst possible? That means I stop gambling for now. That's right. If you get worst possible, you stop gambling for a while. And instead, I have to play content now. Okay, I'm sort of waiting out the half an hour for a life point. But so here's the thing. It's sort of like Limbus, where after you do everything, there's no like content at all. It's really just mindless farming. So, store challenge. Do I have this week's thing? Yeah, I do. Alright. So maybe I'll just do the clock tower. I still have a few more floors in this. So I'm on the 10th area. So give me the Terran one that removes the stun from the base one. And then the Adol one also gives some... No, I don't want to leave. I just thought here. Alright. So first fight. A Thunder Torvis. So Pierce and Fire. Means I have to use my fire team then. Let me just make sure it all has the latest equipment. Yeah, this is onto the Bible reading. It's like we have nothing else to edit this onto, I guess. Okay, yeah, it's this thing then. So I do have a pretty simple fire, like what I do. I first go for a single multi-hit buff. Go for that. Yeah, I need to build up for the Memento Mori for the fire field. Did I upgrade it? No, I don't have the upgrade yet. I don't remember this being one of the boss fields. Yeah, this is one of the ones that the main story bosses, but of course Restin. It's mini boss. Yeah, there's a lot of reused fights in this. If they just change the tower just to give it a Okay, it's a bit too loud in my ear. Yeah, the audio mixing to stay. I don't have it really good for recording stuff. Okay, now I don't have to dodge them, so I have to swap them off to the bench. So, okay, I should probably wait one more turn for I go for like Dust and Spring Evening. Or I could just do it now, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I have 2 uses of that. So 35. Oh, they're not a strong enemy at all. They're not a strong enemy at all. Okay, they're going for the sack attack. Alright. So I should probably go for who does yeah, I don't do more into the weakness thing. I just have to wait a turn, I guess. Yeah, I don't think it'll do any lasting stuff. I just leave them on field. I messed up my movements now. Yeah, let's leave it like that. It should be fine. Because I'm gonna go for the next turn for the buffs for the other 2. Okay, Asteria Haze. What's that do? Nothing. No effects at all. Really? Alright, I'll just do my normal then. Okay, and then I go for the like Dust and Spring Evening. So buff all of the reserve ones. So probably go for Izu first for defense because they have a pierce weakness. So I'll go for the fire field and then Adol last. Usually it won't even get to Adol, I think. It won't even get to Adol. And then yeah, this is my standard 5-turn setup for fire. Let's say burn, but no. Yeah, and then I just go for that. I'd be surprised if this ends up killing it. Okay, good. Usually in like the flashback battles, that ends up just killing it completely, so there's nothing much. Oh, I'm surprised the shield still lasts. Okay, no, couldn't survive the 5-turn fire setup I used. Okay. Honestly, the only thing that survived it was the Astrium when it survived the fire setup. Of course, this to always be optimized more with the limit breaks and probably better fire deer, as I did not farm deer for the fire team at all. I only run ice and I just now thunder because of the I kept getting limit breaks for the summer Megumi. Alright, let's go this way. Playing the throne up. This is slash. I can still any team, I guess. So I just have to build up my ice with Yingxia on it. It only has one slash. What my slash team? Ozu, Yingxia. Can I swap off Jiro for someone else? I need a healer on here, don't I? Wait, so slash healer? I think that's really just that's just Tama. Right, oh, Shiki's a buffer. No, that's why. So this one does give an attack boost, right? So heal starting DP, interesting. Still attack. Yeah, that should help. Well, I'll get the what we call SP heal, but the buff from there. So I don't have a normal buffer on this team, do I? The SP buffer. This will give the exposed for the Adol. But I have Tade on here as well. Oh, yeah, Yingxia is the buffer, but they don't have like a standard buff. Oh, yeah, I think that's why. So I'm just going for all in for Adol's attack. Because they need to buff their own ice thing as well. So that's why I have the Tozu for the SP heal. So I don't really need Tom as a healer. Is there any other healers that could give buffs that I need? I know I could have Jia heal as well when they have the full burst as well. I'll probably just, yeah, I'll throw Jia on. Yeah, I'll just do that. Nope, wrong one. Then auto equip. Probably have Tande up here more. No, it's fine. Because the auto equip always puts like the first ones for higher ones. Why is it playing this one? Yeah, it's one. This is one of these where they really mess up the music things in this. I mean, I personally dislike the music in this. Let's see, like these ones. They just randomly appear in every single event. You have to always stop what you're doing. It's like, oh, now here's a really bad song out of nowhere. I know they try to do the Dragalia thing, where it's like there's the instrumental and the vocal version, but so Dragalia is not the only name. But I think Grand Blue Fantasy would switch the. But yeah, Dragalia shares a lot of things with Grand Blue Fantasy because it's the same company, I guess. But what else? No, Toast doesn't have any Olympics, so leave them on the bench for now. Yeah, I'll get Yingxia to dip more. Actually, I just wait for that, and then I go for that. So now it's just a rush hit Adol to BSP now. Okay, the damage is pretty weak. So I don't think I need to use any healing this fight. Okay, and then I go for a 7 stratagem. Usually they have like the what's their weakness? Usually they have like resistances for up to 90% of the other damage types for those, and then I can Tozu next. I don't think I need the Tozu for next turn. I need Tande off as well. Okay. Now, I should probably do them again. And then I wonder if I could get the overdrive. If I could, that would be nice. So I'll go for first arrow into Adol. And then, if I need an overdrive, so Multi will give a lot more overdrive gauge, I could go for Tande to finish them off if they're still alive. Okay, that just killed them. Alright. Once I had 5 turns with the setup. There's my 50 torts. Alright. But usually it's your 5 or 4 fights each area. You have 50 turns to do it, which is quite a lot. Okay, Hail Dorgons, 2 of them, Pierce and Lightning. Okay, they also have Blunt and Ice Resistance. Those are my Thunder team. Not really. Of course, these are temporary ones I just had on the team. So it's Pierce and Thunder. So Blunt, but they could probably still work for the field. Comet also do something. So I'll swap off Sumo and Aoi. So no, what else I've thing? 30G, no twist and a Thunder. So yeah, I'll just throw Sekia back on and swap off Aoi for who's the healer? Oh yeah, Tama's the healer. Yeah, there's single target, so it wouldn't be different. There's 2 of them. Okay, I don't really need to have them be. But if I just throw Irene on here, yeah, sure. I'm just throw on Irene just because I can. Where are they? Yeah, totally doesn't. Yeah, that should help break, I think. Yeah, and then I have Sekia to buff Megumi, and then Ichigo is single target, unfortunately, for their thing. I do have the Heaven's Clemency I could use, but I don't think I would do that. I also have Jinxia to buff Thunder General with the Thunder Flash stance, which is only crit rate and trait damage. So, yeah, that's something. Alright, so I'll wait until I get the Strike Trick of Mine. Until that, I'll just buff them. Okay, and then I'll just buff, yeah, they don't have the AoE, and then this one has the Pierce and Thunder, but this is a weaker field, so... Wait, oh, it's the strongest thing I have is that I was making deer. I got a 6+ ice one. So whenever whoever's in first will always get the ice one, which is a bit unfortunate because ice is at disadvantage here. Alright. Also defense. We should be fine with tanking for now too. Okay, how much more than I need? 15. Alright. Now I can just use this because I can, I guess. Yeah, I wait for them, so I should probably try to get no, I'd probably go into this field and then go into the weaker field with the weaknesses. That should work, but oh no, for now I want the more overdrive. Since they no overdrive because they use blunt damage. 3 damage, alright. Yeah, they are quite under level. I don't think I have their full upgrade. Yeah, I did break them, which is what I wanted. Alright. Okay, now I could go for the weaker field, or I could also go for the crit rate here. I should probably wait before I use extra triangulation blast. Yeah, I want to try the bright spark off first. So I should actually wait on this. And then I should sub them. I should just throw them on the main field. They should do fine. Since now I'll be going for both Sea Breeze High Voltage and the Sap and Zap is the thing. But they don't have any limit breaks. So I can't have them on the front line. I'm going to be wasting potential SP of +1. I don't know why it's not standard for all of them just to have it with their base, the SP in front line. Yeah, but all gonna use Particle Beam now, aren't they? Should I heal here then? This is probably Struck Resupply here if I need to. But one more turn then I get the damage off. Which will give the attack buff for Megumi's thing. I wonder if we get Overdrive here actually. Okay. Oh wait, oh I thought they're ice, so they do no overdrive buffs. Or they no overdrive because they have the ice attack. Alright, so if I do overdrive I can do Sap and Zap. Alright, so that's good to know. So now do the Bright Spark here. I can't get Yinxia off yet. So I should probably go for just doing Perceiver True for them as well. So Bright Spark at overdrive. Now these two just farm more I guess. Yeah, I don't think I ended. Maybe Yinxia is probably done for this fight, I guess. So I did the Bright Spark into Libr's high voltage, and then I will overdrive, use sap and zap, and then Heaven's Tremancy. Alright. Oh, that was single target? Oh, I thought it was AoE. Alright. There's one of them will die first. And it did not give me overdrive. Just kill the thing real quick. Just kill it. I thought I would have done overdrive with the attacks. Wow. I would have wasted a turn. Alright. Okay, 7 turns. Alright. Now might be the last fight of this area. I'm not too sure. Oh. 3 addles. Oh, alright. Listen, they don't have any resistances, so I could just run this then. This is my usual ice team, but with Yinxia on it. Yeah, I think I will. I also use a Sweep or Awake then. Wait, hold on. Actually, wait, let me go back. I'll put base Addle's EX one on, because that is AoE slash. Wait, or should I? Because I wanted the ice thing then. Let me swap off Seppu then for Misu Tage Bushin. I don't know what that means. Alright. And I'll use that instead. That does inflict confusion as well. So if it doesn't kill, it should be fine. Wait, hold on. Let me do it. Addle on the bench for now. Pause my torrents over here as well. Are you done your animations yet? Oh, you are. Alright. Okay, I need one more so I get the Diamond Dust off. Alright. Let me just wait one more turn first and have them on the front line. Oh, I thought just 3 of them attacking at once. Oh. Let's heal them a bit. Yeah, healing does fall off later on because of how low the numbers are. Or more of how the shield values increase a lot. Wait, why am I using full burst actually? Wait, what? I'm going to be using a basic slash Addle still. It'll work for future, I guess. Wait, are they giving themselves multi-hit? So that was the free S. No, they're using that. They do have an ice still, I guess, but still. Okay, so hold up for one more turn, and then I'll try to get the 2 vulnerabilities off. Oh, no, I don't think I have enough with Mia right now. Ice buffing. It's a Seppu. And let's use the ice still. Okay, how much? So if I do that, yeah, I can get 2 off. Alright. So let me just do that and just lower the. Oh, they did do the multi-hit buff. Oh, they have 2 instances? Okay, that's based off of their intellect. So these Shadow Thrones are that dumb. War accurate. Let's throw let's resupply this. I mean, I was gonna be ended this turn anyway, I guess. Or hopefully it does still. But I know HP is higher than shield most of the time. So, at least from my experience. Sometimes there are enemies with multiple shields, but they have very low HP, so it's easily a shred through them. And then I need all enemies. Not really anything else I could do either. Oh, don't I have... No, they're at negative SP, that's why. Don't say sanity. No.
じわじわ効きます。
Playing Limbus right before this messes with my head, I guess.
だが軍師のいとまはトライかしれ。
420... Oh, these are quite tanky then. Okay, I don't think this will kill then.
いかがでござるか。
Yeah, it didn't. Oh, too late.
魚輪の陣です。
No, I was too late. No. How disappointing.
このようなものはいかがでしょうか。
Hopefully just still a few of them off with this, and then...
風のささめき。勝利とは我らさめのでござるよ。奥義分身の術。いかがでござるか。
No, I got too late. That's why. Aw, man. That's what increased my turns greatly, because I did that. Let's see if I can stitch boss fire trigger off then, I guess. That should probably help with something. At least try... No. If I do that AoE, it'll kill these two, hopefully. Let's have the hit boost still. Okay, I don't think I have to worry about that hit boost, actually. Try to get more overdrive up then. Since my tower crown just fell apart, so I couldn't get the overdrive it in real quick. Because if I did that, the other two would fought the full power of the debuffs. Alright, one more. I wanted to rank 2 then, so I had the SP. Okay, confused. 2 stacks of confusion. Wow. Okay, I could probably do another fully chat now, right? Oh no, they do have some stuff. Yeah, I need to build up more totems, I guess. No one's really injured though, that's the thing. Or I could just throw Addo on a bit more overdrive by hitting this one.
新しいお召し物です。褒めて使わす。と。えい。
So confused, alright. And that one does give the RNG for that. Alright, then buff it in. And then I'll use second red penance. I also did the Phosphorite Triple Forever full as well. Even though I don't have the falling, the arrow. I don't have the arrow. Oh, you're using that? Wait, no, they can do. Oh, they have the debuffs. I didn't think they had that. Okay, wow. Oops. I actually didn't think they would, yeah, the other ones had it as well, but usually they're like completely useless. Like when, Yanagi did theirs. It was just, oh, I already removed all their healing options. Oops. We have to wait out 2 turns then, for I use Addo, I guess. Oh, 2 of them are almost dead, actually. Of course, that's 2 of them, not all of them. I could gamble it right here. That's 2 of them dead. Yeah, I will gamble if Addo can kill them with that, or if I just have to use your next suitor. I'll probably just be using your next suitor. I could also do this still for general defense then if I'm going for both Slash and Pierce. Oh, they're confused! Okay, Addo got it off. Yeah, that fight took way too long because of a bad play earlier, alright? Is that the... Yeah, that is the entire area, alright. Now I have one more area, then I'm completely out of content, basically. Oh, great. I need to... I should just pick up an actual game instead of another live service at that point. So now, there's one last thing to do. The last temple on the banner. Nothing. Okay. I've been defeated once again. Wait, I had a single pull? Oh, shit.